Ensuring data reliability, a geologist's guide to blanks, duplicates, and standards in mineral resource estimation NI 43 to 101. Welcome, fellow geologists. In the high-stakes world of mineral exploration and resource estimation, the integrity of our data is not just important, it's paramount. Whether you're drilling for gold, copper, or any other valuable commodity, the numbers you generate from the foundation of critical investment decisions and regulatory compliance. Today, we're diving deep into the essential quality control measures that underpin reliable resource estimates, specifically focusing on the vital role of blanks, duplicates, and standards within the framework of Canadian Securities Regulation NI 43 to 101. Understanding and properly applying these tools is not just a good practice. It's a cornerstone of our professional responsibility and the credibility of our work. Think about it. A flawed assay result can lead to inflated resource figures, attracting investment based on inaccurate information. This can have disastrous economic consequences, not to mention damage your reputation and the reputation of your company. This is where quality assurance and quality control QC come into play. Quality assurance is a proactive approach, seeking to prevent errors and defects before they occur. It encompasses all planned or systematic actions necessary to ensure confidence in the data collection and estimation process. This includes establishing robust protocols for sampling, sample preparation, and analysis. Quality control QC, on the other hand, is a reactive process focused on analyzing the data returned from the lab to identify any deviations from the norm. It tests effectiveness and safety and seeks to identify errors and defects after the fact. The Canadian regulatory landscape, particularly National Instrument 43 to 101 NI 43 to 101, places a significant emphasis on the need for clearly stated policies for sample quality and assurance during all stages of exploration. Following a few high-profile mining exploration scams, regulators worldwide have adopted the principles of NI 43 to 101 and now demand full QC procedures for all resource delineation exploration programs. Why is a robust QC program so important? According to the Geological Society of Zimbabwe discussion paper, it enhances competitiveness, it assures reputation, it ensures compliance with government regulations and standards. It ultimately saves costs by preventing the need to backtrack for reliable data later in the project lifecycle. It enhances confidence that the results are credible and can be relied upon by investors, management, and regulatory authorities. Furthermore, a rigorous QC report is often required by governments, investors, and regulators to ensure the accuracy of drilling and sampling data. As geochemical tools become more available and analytical techniques become more refined with lower detection limits, even minor contamination can significantly alter interpretations. Implementing a well-conceived QC program early on allows for the ready acceptance of data and its conclusions by external organizations. Let's start with blanks. In simple terms, blanks are samples that contain no analyte of interest. Their primary purpose is to assess the accuracy of the analytical process by identifying potential contamination that may occur during sample handling, preparation, or laboratory analysis. Think of them as sentinels, alerting us to unwanted additions to our samples. The QC of geochemical data resource highlights that blanks are proactively added to the sampling process as check samples. The presence of unexpected values in blank samples indicates issues that require investigation and corrective action. The quality control in mineral exploration document elaborates on geological blanks, defining them as a sample of uncrushed rock or drill core known to contain a very low or non-detectable concentration of the element being sought. These are used specifically to monitor contamination. There are different types of blanks used in mineral exploration. Coarse blanks, ideally made of coarse greater than 3 cm material requiring sample preparation. These are inserted at the beginning of each batch to check for inter-batch decontamination, assessing the effectiveness of the lab's cleaning procedures between different sample sets. Pulp blanks. These are used to monitor contamination during the later stages of sample preparation and analysis within the lab. Field blanks. These can help identify contamination introduced during sample collection in the field. The QC of geochemical data source reminds us that geologists must always be vigilant for potential sources of field contamination, such as jewelry worn during sample handling. If a blank sample returns a significant concentration of the target analyte, it signals a problem. This could be due to inadequate cleaning of crushing and grinding equipment in the lab, leading to mineralized samples contaminating subsequent samples. Contamination during sample handling or transportation. Issues with the analytical instruments or reagents. The quality control in mineral exploration resource provides an example of a failure blank plotted on a graph, visually demonstrating how anomalous results in blanks can be identified. Proper application of blanks involves using blank material sourced from a certified laboratory where the grades are confirmed to be below the detection limit. For coarse blanks, using non-gold bearing material is recommended. Regularly monitoring blank results through control charts allows geologists to establish acceptable thresholds and identify when contamination levels are exceeding those thresholds, prompting corrective actions such as recleaning equipment or reassaying affected samples. Next, we have duplicates. Duplicates involve taking multiple samples from the same location or splits of the same sample to evaluate the precision or reproducibility of the sampling and analytical methods. If our sampling and analytical processes are precise, duplicate samples should yield reasonably similar results. The QC of geochemical data resource notes that typically, several evenly distributed duplicate samples are submitted for analysis within a batch. Later analysis of this data, often through graphing, can easily reveal deviations from the trendline, highlighting potential sample outliers that may indicate possible contamination or a sample switch. The quality control in mineral exploration document details different types of duplicate samples. Field duplicate samples. These are splits of drill core, reverse circulation cuttings, or outcrop from the same sampling interval, bagged separately with separate sample numbers to be blind to the sample preparation laboratory. These assess the combined variability of sampling and analysis. Preparation duplicates or pulp duplicates. These are second subsamples taken from the same crushed and pulverized sample pulp in the laboratory. They primarily assess the precision of the analytical method itself and potential heterogeneity within the pulp. High variability between duplicates may suggest issues with sampling techniques in the field, including inconsistent sample collection or biases. Sample heterogeneity, particularly the nugget effect in gold deposits, where high-grade mineralization is erratically distributed. The Geological Society of Zimbabwe paper mentions that samples with variation exceeding 100% and at least one value above 3 ppm exhibit the nugget effect. Laboratory procedures, including inconsistent splitting or subsampling of the primary sample. Analyzing duplicate data is crucial for establishing the reliability of the data and ensuring the consistency of results. The quality control in mineral exploration resource illustrates how plotting the original analysis versus the duplicate analysis is the first step in handling this data, looking for flyers that might indicate sample MIS ordering or the nugget effect. More advanced statistical methods, such as the Thomson-Howarth estimate of precision, can be used to quantify the relationship between precision and concentration across different duplicate types. Comparing the precision of field, preparation, and pulp duplicates can help pinpoint where the major source of error lies in the sampling and analytical protocol. Finally, let's discuss standards. Standards, or certified reference materials, CRMIS, are samples with known, certified concentrations of the analytes of interest. They are inserted into the sample stream to calibrate instruments and validate the accuracy and reproducibility of analytical methods. Think of them as benchmarks against which we measure the performance of the laboratory. The QC of geochemical data source emphasizes that standards are crucial for establishing a quality baseline and for the validation of analytical methods. The Quality Control in Mineral Exploration document further explains that CRMIs are unaffected by sample preparation procedures and are meant to only test the analytical equipment and procedures used in the analysis laboratory. Key considerations for using standards include: source. CRMIs should be sourced from competent and certified suppliers, such as those listed in the Quality Control Mineral Exploration resource. Grade range. It is recommended to utilize a minimum of 3 different CRMIs with assay grades, representing a range of values coincident with grade ranges found in the deposit low, medium, and high grade. Using matrix-matched CRMIs, which have a similar geological composition to the routine samples, is best practice. Blind submission. The grade values and identity of CRMIs should always be submitted blind to the assay laboratory to prevent any potential bias in the results. Frequency. CRMIs should be inserted at a rate of at least 1 in 25% samples submitted to the lab. Interpretation. Upon receiving the assay certificate, the geologist must compare the obtained results to the stated standard deviations (SD) provided by the CRM supplier. The Quality Control in Mineral Exploration resource outlines a common protocol. Results exceeding to SD are assigned a warning, and results exceeding 3 SD are deemed to have failed, requiring a minimum of all samples up to the last pass CRM to be repeat assayed. The QC of geochemical data resource shows examples of line plots of gold assay values for standards over time, illustrating how outliers plotting significantly away from the certified value can indicate contamination or sample switching. The Quality Control in Mineral Exploration document also presents a standard chart with standards from drill samples, noting how lab performance can be monitored over the course of a drilling program. The Quality Control in Mineral Exploration document also describes the round-robin process, where a newly prepared geological standard is analyzed in replicate by several labs to calculate the accepted mean and standard deviation. New standard certificates often include the between lab standard deviation, which is used in assessing the accuracy of a single analysis. Implementing blanks, duplicates, and standards effectively requires a well-thought-out and consistently applied QC program. Here are some key best practices drawn from our sources. Develop robust custom-made QA/QC protocols. Each project is unique, so protocols should be tailor-made to suit site specifications, drawing inspiration from similar best practice operations. Written field procedures. Sound quality assurance programs include written field procedures detailing all aspects of sampling, sample handling, and QC sample insertion. Clear procedures. Establish clear procedures for sample collection, sampling, splitting, subsampling, and contamination control. Secure custody. Implement secure custody and secure access measures for samples to prevent tampering or misidentification. The SRK Consulting resource also highlights the verification of chain of custody protocols as a key QC service. Proper storage and preservation. Employ appropriate storage and preservation measures, especially for samples with unstable minerals. Comprehensive sample chain of custody. Maintain a detailed record of sample movement from collection to the laboratory. Adequate sample storage security. Ensure secure storage facilities to maintain the integrity of collected samples. Database management. Implement robust database management practices, including data validation, storage, and backup procedures. The SRK Consulting resource mentions utilizing data services to consolidate historical analytical results into a single database. Results pass or fail protocols. Define clear pass, fail criteria for QC sample results and outline the corrective actions to be taken when failures occur. Training. Invest in ongoing training for all personnel involved in sampling and QA. QC procedures. Qualified person QP. Remember that NI 43-101 dictates that every resource delineation project must be under the direction of a qualified person QP, a professional with specific experience and ethical obligations. The QP is responsible for reviewing all aspects of the sampling procedures and QA, QC results, communication with the laboratory, maintain open lines of communication with the analytical laboratory, sharing project goals, and being responsive to any issues that arise can lead to more effective analyses and quicker resolution of problems. Consider signing performance agreements with labs and auditing them regularly. QA, QC reporting, a rigorous QA, QC reports, including the results of blank, duplicate, and standard analyses, and any corrective actions taken, is crucial for demonstrating data reliability. While our discussion has largely focused on drilling programs, the principles of QA, QC are equally important in exploration geochemical surveys. The Geological Society of Zimbabwe paper highlights that reliable survey results are essential for making informed decisions about abandoning areas with no geochemical response. This includes careful consideration of sample location, sampling methods, sample digestion, and analytical techniques, all of which should be discussed and negotiated with the analytical laboratory. Including blanks, field duplicates, and appropriate standards in soil or sediment sampling programs is vital for ensuring the validity of the geochemical data. In conclusion, geologists, remember that the proper application of blanks, duplicates, and standards is not a mere formality. It is the bedrock of reliable mineral resource estimation. These quality control measures are essential for validating our data, identifying and mitigating potential errors, ensuring regulatory compliance under NI 43-101, and ultimately fostering confidence among stakeholders and investors. By embracing a proactive and meticulous approach to QA, QC, we uphold the integrity of our profession and contribute to responsible and sustainable development of mineral resources. What are your experiences with QA, QC in the field? Share your insights and best practices in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more essential insights into the world of geology and mineral exploration.
Welcome to the world of geology and earth sciences with Ricardo Valls, a seasoned professional geologist bringing you over 1,500 videos of unparalleled expertise. Whether you're a budding graduate student, an early career specialist, or a seasoned professional, this channel is your gateway to a wealth of knowledge. Explore a vast array of Earth-related subjects, including geology, geochemistry, structural geology, and the application of artificial intelligence and machine learning in geosciences. Ricardo Valls not only shares his own invaluable insights, but also brings you exclusive interviews and collaborations with other prominent geologists, offering a comprehensive view of the field. Stay ahead of the curve with our latest content, covering everything from unraveling the Earth's secrets to exploring global geological phenomena. Don't miss this opportunity to enhance your knowledge and stay at the forefront of the industry. Subscribe now, hit that like button, and share this invaluable resource with your colleagues and friends. Join our growing community of over 2,000 earth science enthusiasts and professionals today. Unlock the secrets of the Earth with Ricardo Valls, your top resource for all things geology. The future of geosciences is here. Be part of it.
Hey guys, ever felt lost trying to make sense of complex geological data? I totally get it. Been there myself, but let me share my latest gem. Literally, this geology book from Valls Geoconsultant has revolutionized how I approach fieldwork. Picture this. You're at a site, overwhelmed by rock formations and minerals. This book's detailed field descriptions guide you step by step, making identification a breeze. And talk about efficient logging. Their systematic approach ensures no details slip through the cracks, perfect when working with huge projects and multiple geologists. Oh, and the quality assurance, top notch. From sample collection to shipping, they've nailed it. No more worrying about compromised samples. Plus, having expert-approved info means you can trust the science, saving tons of time and headaches. Seriously, if you want seamless, reliable data mining, grab this geology book from Vols GeoConsultant now. It'll transform your field work like it did mine. Don't miss out. Level up your geological game today.
I think these videos are brilliant, and I'm sure you will like them too. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell.